Hi guys, I just want to talk about how I use Anki a little today, and I'm going to make this brief. Anki is a really powerful SRS flashcard system, and SRS stands for Spaced Repetition System. So what this will actually do is show you your flashcards at timed intervals, and this is great for putting short-term memory into long-term memory. If I had known about this a few years ago, I would have done so much better in so many of my classes. This obviously can be used for more than just languages, but it's very helpful, and if I had known this existed, I would have used this for Arabic rather than carrying around hundreds of Arabic flashcards when I was studying it in school. So this is some of the decks I have. And first off, I'm just going to start by showing how I make a card. And this is both a tutorial of Anki and how I personally make the cards in this moment. So just hit add, simple. And you can choose different types of cards, basic and reversed, or basic optional reversed. I'm going to go with basic and reversed because I know I definitely want the reverse card versus basic optional reverse card. And I like to, if possible, use pictures for my cards rather than words. So in my case, since I'm just doing table, which is a concrete object, that's fairly simple. The reason why this background's red is because I already have a table card, but we're just going to ignore that for now. So here I need to put the word for table, and I believe I already have it copied. No, I do not. So I've got it right here. And I just have up a virtual Farsi keyboard because I haven't taken the effort to put my Mac keyboard into Farsi as well. So I have my word for table, which is mis, and now I have some audio that I want with it, and I got this audio from Easy Persian, which is up here. If you're learning Farsi like I am, I recommend it. So far, it's been an excellent resource, and honestly, I find myself using it a lot. I enjoy it. So, and then click table, mis, and then I can add this card. Since I already have a table card, I'm not actually going to add it. And then I'll just show you quickly what this looks like when it comes up. I'm assuming that you'll see a full card. Let's just look. Dar. Okay, so obviously you can see dar or darb, and you could hear the word, and that means table or door. I'm sorry, I was just thinking about tables. See, there's a door, and then you can choose whether it's something you need to see again. So this is if you did not get it right, whether it's hard, good, or easy. And the intervals up here will change depending on how many times you've seen that card. So for this card, I've seen it once, and both times I said it was good. So that's why my intervals are, again, hard, good, easy at 3 days, 7 days, 13 days. If, for example, it took me a lot longer, hard might be I'd see it again the next day. Or if I had seen the card 1,000 times and gotten it right, but really struggled today, and I hit hard, it may not show up again for 2 weeks. It'll really just depend. So in my case, I did fairly well. I would almost say it was easy. In fact, I'm going to say it's easy, and I'm going to click this, and hopefully not a lot of sound comes up with the next word. Alright, no. And then I'd have to move on and say what the word for in window is, which I'm pretty sure is panjera. Panjere. And because I knew the word, but didn't quite know the pronunciation, I said panjera instead of panjere. I'm going to hit hard, because I don't think I need to see it again. Panjere. And except this is the reverse card. So that's really simple and nice. I would like to go back to my decks, so I'm just going to click up here and click on decks. And you can see the decks I have. I have a French, I have 2 Michel Thomas decks that I've never studied. And the shared is my Italian deck, which I haven't studied in several weeks. But I'm just going to show you what it looks like to show you what a fuller deck looks like. So, browse, and then shared. And I have 6,188 cards in this particular deck, and some are the reversed. And this deck is actually a mixed compilation of a deck that I found on Babbel, a language blog, and my own needs. So the ones that are purple are suspended because either the note didn't make sense to me, I didn't want to learn it, something like that. So if it's in purple, it's just put off till I can look at it later. So let me find something that I clearly did in this deck, so you can get an idea. And you can use other decks, but I'd build upon them because there's a fairly good chance that you're not going to understand everything in someone else's deck. So here's one. Bat. I probably could have used a picture of a bat. I didn't because I know I was adding this one quick. I remember what conversation spurred me to write that bat was pipistrello, and that was because I had to explain what bats were, and I didn't know the word in Italian, so I had to say those things that hang upside down. Yeah, I don't know which one of these. I know I also put in beaver, because I learned castoro in a children's book. Well, so my Italian deck, here we go. Here's one with a picture. And this one is not one of mine, but you can see what it is. Yeah, so as you can see, also my decks don't always have pictures. My old Italian deck did have almost entirely pictures. However, I lost that deck when my computer crashed. Have not quite figured out how to get it back. So whatever helps you. Some of these are sentences. Here's one. Okay, here's a lobster. So I'd see that picture and go, oh, eragosta. Yeah, so that's Anki. It's simple, effective, and a really good tool. So I would recommend using that. And again, if you don't like using pictures, this is for gestures, and because they're so important in the Italian language. Well, that particular one was for gestures, although this one is as well. No, this one's just dimple. But there is a gesture in Italian that's somewhat similar to that. Anyways, so yeah, you can really use this for anything, and if pictures don't make sense, use words. Use sentences if you can in your target language. So, for example, for bat, instead of writing bat, I could have written the animal that hangs in a cave upside down. And you would have known that was a bat just based on that example. Some people who are kind of Anki purists, as I would say, recommend only target language or with pictures. I just do what makes sense for me, and it's been very effective so far. So that's my recommendation. Go out, download Anki. It's also got a phone app for Android and iPod and iPhone, if I recall. The iPhone app, which I have, is $25. So it's a little steep price-wise, but I use it all the time. I use it nearly every day, so I think it's totally worth it. And for Android, I think it may be free. So go out, download Anki, and have fun.